Hi folks, and welcome to another edition of my Veg Garden. Today is Sunday the 9th of October. It's been quite a while since my last video. Really not much going on, so I didn't really see the point of doing a video. One or two other things have caught up on me, so I thought today would probably be the best time to do a video, doing a little bit of a tidy up in the greenhouse and around the garden. So I'd just like you to see what I've been up to over the last few weeks and probably tell you what I plan to do inside the shed, the greenhouse over the next few weeks. So we're inside the greenhouse at the moment, as you can probably see. If I move out a bit, pan out a little bit further, all the staging and everything that was there is now gone. I'll explain that, the stuff at the left hand side at the end of the video. Everything else, the only thing that's remaining is my tomatoes inside the greenhouse. Some of them are really I've made some tomato and basil homemade soup, and I've also made some tomato chutney as well. I'm going away on holiday at the end of this week coming, so taking some of that away with us. Nice time in the caravan, being able to have some crackers, cheese and some lovely homemade tomato chutney. So I'll probably take a little picture of that when I get back in the house, so I'll show you. So there's not much left on the tomatoes. I really, following on from other people, I really hacked back. Had some really good tomatoes, you know. These are Alicante. These are probably the best I've ever had. I don't know whether I've cut them too far back, because when you look at this one here, you can see that's dead at the top there. I think it's probably near enough dead down there as well. So, and quite a number have fallen off. I've just left them. That'll hopefully keep the sluggies or whatever off the rest of the plant. So that's good. You probably can see just outside. It's a little bit windy, so I'll only do it very quickly outside. So yes, you can see got a reasonable harvest out there as well. I don't know whether we can see from here. Yeah, I'd love to know what these spots are. Have those ones now caught blight? You can see them now. Oh, sorry, it focused out. Yeah, so that's outside. So I've got nothing like that on the inside ones, but I've started getting that on quite a number of them. If you just let me go around here. You can probably see it on those ones as well. So anyone who has sort of an idea that what it is, I'd really be grateful for any help. I don't know how everyone else has been with spiders. Absolutely everywhere. I cleaned the left hand side, the bit that I'll talk about in a bit. So, oh, sorry, yeah, I'm just knocking a bit of wood over. No, let me pick it up before I destroy everything. Sorry folks. Let's set that back. Right, so you can see how clear that is now. See? How clear. And then if I go into that, and you see, or maybe better go on this side. You see, it's not, certainly not. So that's been all been cleaned. So the idea will be to clean the rest of it. But as I was doing it, I found absolutely tons of spiders. Spiders were everywhere. You can probably see if we go down there, see. And then you've got these ones I've made here. I don't know how easy it will be to see with the sunlight. You can probably just go out. Oh no, maybe not. The sun could be down, so you can see just there. So yeah, there's lots of that. So I don't know how everyone else says. It's just been prolific in the house, in the shed, in the greenhouse, everywhere. So that's enough of that. Right, so I've told you about that. What else? So you can see virtually everything is gone now. I'll stay inside. That bit, let me try and point my finger. That one over there had the brassicas. Cabbage really didn't do very. Sorry, not a cabbage. The cauliflowers really didn't do anything, so they were pulled. The sprout and broccoli really didn't do them, but the two cabbage, I got two lovely cabbage, and they really lasted quite a long. I put them in a village show, and I got first with the cabbage. But in saying that, I was the only one who put the cabbage in. But also tied into that is that there was quite a number of people who were single, who'd only had one entry in some categories, and they'd actually been disallowed because the quality wasn't there. So that's an interesting one. I've never really, some village shows still give you it, even though you might only be the one entry and you're not really, it's not that great. But hey, so yeah, we had some lovely shredded cabbage. with Sunday dinner for several weeks. So that was really good. The parsnips there are not looking hell of a great. I think what's happened was, and I'll show you in a second, I think the height of the netting and the rings was not high enough to let them grow, so then just sort of crowded. So I got some plans there. What I'm going to do is those two beds at the back there, let's get the finger, let's get the finger, there we go. At the back of there and the back of there, I'm going to just have parsnips at the back, either the rear 2 or 3 foot, and the front one, I don't know, I might put some beetroot or something like that, not too sure yet. So that's going to be a change to that one. What else? Oh, right, so in that bed there, oh, let me take my finger out and it'll focus back again. Right, so we'll go quickly. That bed there, there's still leaks in there, not great. Quite a number have got bolted as well, but we're going to keep them. We're just going to leave them. There's nothing to lose by just leaving them there and see how far, because if we get a little bit of a heat wave at some point, or a bit warmer weather, they might keep going. So we'll leave that them. In that bed there is, I did try to plant some sweet. It was a hit and miss. I think I was a bit too late, and also it seemed to be sporadic germination, as you can see. I think there was only about probably about 9 out of probably about 20 odd. So, but I think I started late, and I think I should really start them in sort of a module or a sorry, it's falling down the step, module or toilet roll to start them off, and then get them planted out. So that's a learning for next year. What else? Nothing. But as I say, I've been really having a big tidy up, clean up. So winter brassicas. So what I've tried is, this is now going to be my brassica bed here. So as you can see, what I've done is got the rings high enough, decent height, debris nettings on it. What I've done this time is to keep the rigidity, because you can see with some of these ones where they all fold in, and I should have learnt this a long time ago. I've put a cane, and it's wired in the cane, so it keeps the rings the same distance apart, so it gives a lot better rigidity of it. It's just amazing when I put that debris netting on. Bearing in mind that bed's only 8 foot long, but I needed, because of the drop as well at the end that you never really think about, I needed another 8 foot, so there's 4 foot drop at the ends along with the 8 foot long, so 16 foot of debris netting, and you never really think of that when you're doing it. So what have we got? Right, so I'll try and put it, I'll do it that way, see if I can do it. Yeah, we'll do it that way, that's easier, then it's not so windy. So what we've got down there, alternates from one side to the other. So starting at the far bottom right, or the far right, it starts with purple sprouting broccoli, so that jumps from diagonally across, so we've got 4 of them. And also what you've got on the other side, so the far left, is a winter lettuce. So we planted them. So the first 4 foot, so the furthest away 4 foot is a combination of purple sprouting broccoli and winter lettuce. The closest ones here, so starting here, you can see, let me just move that a bit so you can see there. So we have got spring cabbage, so same thing. I thought there was something, I thought there was a cabbage white butterfly had got in, or managed to plant some eggs in somehow, and it had, because when I was planting these out I found a caterpillar which was roundly killed, because I noticed on some of the leaves you could see the sort of the thinness on little bits of it, and it looks as if something had been eaten at the back of it. So I found one, hopefully that's the only one. If it gets colder, hopefully that'll kill it off. So there we go. That's probably about it. As I say, just having a really good tidy, especially because, as I say, I'm going away on holiday end of this week, so just wanted to have a little catch up. Got that. Right, so tomatoes nearly done. I was going to tell you what I'm doing. So you've seen the staging that I normally would have been on this side here. as you normally would have it here, is now outside there, and that's where it's going to stay at the moment for winter, and what I'll decide next year. So what am I going to do? Well, it's a little bit difficult to show you because of, so what we've got here is we've got two frames here. This is going to be a hot cabinet, I think you call it. Right, so it's going to be a cabinet. What the idea behind this is is going to have twin wall. I've got twin wall poly, so this stuff here, twin wall poly cabinet. It's not that, that's just an offcut from previous, but I got some brand new stuff that's in here ready to go. So I've got that. The idea is that there's two bits there, as you can see. That's there's a back and a front. That's going to be the back's going to be double-sided with the polycarbonate, so it's going to create a very good insulation heat. Because the issue I have in the winter is, or late winter, getting into spring, is I don't have enough space to keep things going. So that's what's going to happen. So we're going to line that with there. This will be the front piece will actually be the centre. The whole idea is that it's going to have doors on it as well inside this area here, on that one and on the other side, so you can open it, and there'll be a centre bit as well that you can just lift out. And these are the sides, so you can see I've got these bolts here. Oh, helps if I do it. So we've got these bolts here. Let me just see if we can take that one out easily. Sorry folks, it won't take me 2 seconds, or maybe a little longer. Oh, it's stuck now. That's so slow. The idea is, the bolt comes through here from the ends, then comes through there, and as you can see on there, it's got one of these special nuts, so it then just holds it really tight. So the other sides, and so you then have that whole thing. So you can see from down there, it goes all the way up. So what I've now developed is, I've developed a pocket system for my seed trays. So let me just bring out, so this was I'll try and put it down and show you. So you got that, let me just move some stuff so that, sorry folks. So as you can see, we've got that there, so it's just made of frames, so the idea before I do that is that imagine that's at one side of it, so let me just pull this back, so you've got there, so you can have it like that, there's like the space in the middle, and then you could have the same thing on the other side as well. So you then have this, let me just get a tray, sorry about the manky tray that's just in here for cleaning. So you then put excuse my belly, you don't really want to look at my belly, so you have that, so you can have that on both of them, you can have it in one if you want. What will happen is that on these pillars here along the edge, it will just be a simple bracket for this just to rest on. So it's not, these are not fixed solid, so you can actually move them about. So the idea is that you might not want one because you want the height, so you want higher. So there you go. So that's my little system that I'm going to have. That's just to make it easier. So I estimate that I should be able to have, at its peak, 12 seed trays in operation with a decent enough space between them. So that's that. Right. Let me just turn around and we'll just finish off, because as usual we'll probably get to about 15 minutes while I prattle on. Right folks, that's it. To be honest with you, I really don't know when the next video will be, because there's not that much, just the tomatoes to finish off. So it's probably going to be a good month or so before the next one. It could be that what I'll do is I'll do a video once I've done the hot cabinet inside the greenhouse. So thanks very much for watching folks. Oh, excuse me. I really appreciate all your comments, your likes, your subscriptions, you watching. I'm not going to prattle on. I'm going to give my usual one. Remember, if you're interested in growing and want to be part of a community, join UK Here We Grow. You can search for them online, you can search them on YouTube, Facebook, quite a number of different groups available. If you join them, you'll really find it a really enjoyable place to be. So right, I've had enough. Right folks, this is me signing off. This is Alistair signing off from my Veg Garden. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll catch you on my next video. Bye just now folks.